Hello, Stephen. Thank you so much for submitting your work and sharing your experience with the assignment itself. I found this to be very interesting. It sounds like you had some issues, but it looks like you worked through them, so that's good. I know that you're talking about some things like the background image, crop it a few times to see what fits the best. Absolutely, that's relevant. And also, I think that you mentioned adjusting the size of the masked image. And there's some things where we're going to look at in this ad. I think that the main and most important things is that you're showing proficiency in the learning outcomes and the objectives of the assignment. So that's fantastic. You're showing animated text. That's great. You're showing a good, nice, well-adjusted background image. You're showing your ability to mask an image and to place that masked image from Photoshop into Illustrator. You're showing good placement of the logo itself. And so all is well in terms of technical proficiency. That's fantastic. There's a couple of things I would recommend in terms of project requirements, assignment requirements. Specifically, that is to leave the headline static. Leave the headline and subhead static. Only animate the call to action. Okay, you don't need to include a telephone number, and the reason you don't is because this is a web banner. If you're on the computer and you see a web banner ad, it's not likely you're going to reach over and grab for your phone and dial the number. It's more likely that you're going to click the ad, go to the client's website, and then gather the pertinent information, contact information. Do you see what I'm saying? So you don't necessarily need to have a telephone number on the banner ad itself. Your job as a designer is to get the viewer to interest the viewer enough to click the banner ad to get more information. And web viewers understand that. So your job as a designer is to get them to click, not necessarily to get them to call or to get them to do other things. It's just to give enough interest for them to click, right? So in that regard, the assignment from the rubric, the assignment specifications indicate that the only thing that should be animated is the call to action. Okay, so I have a couple of questions here. This is, don't need a telephone number, St. Thomas VI. It's really big. That type's really big. You can just include that somewhere smaller, maybe move the logo up, place it underneath. So it's just something so that the viewer knows what geographic location they're looking at. So as you can imagine, there's a lot different looking at an ad that's for a resort that's located in Florida than an ad that's located in the Caribbean. It's a little bit more of a commitment to take a vacation to the Caribbean than it is to take a vacation to Florida. And I think that's a relevant point. So just include that U.S. Virgin Islands. Okay. Now, as far as the animations go, this doesn't make sense when you think about it. And think about it as a consumer looking at this ad. So you have this. You have Experience Paradise. Okay. 50% off. 50% off what? You see what I'm saying? There's no information there whatsoever. What I would recommend is doing is Experience Paradise. That stays static. Okay. Then this, Come Relax. Okay. That's your subhead. So this is right here. This Experience Paradise is in Arial bold, and then Come Relax is in Arial bold italic. That would be the subhead, right? Then you have your call to action. So that stays. And then the Come Relax stays, right? And then introduce your call to action. So animate the 50% off and then whatever 50% off is, whatever your promotional call to action is, okay? And I think that's really going to work well. Now, when you establish your headlines, keep it where it is. Take your subhead, place it underneath, left align it underneath the headline. Keep that left aligned. The only difference between Come Relax would be that that's an Arial bold italic. Then somewhere over here or over here, wherever you wish and wherever you find it to be the best visibility, you would go ahead and animate in your 50% off and the parameters of the actual promotion itself. Okay. Other than that, those recommendations, I like to see those recommendations for your final submission. And then of course, what you're going to do is take a good close look at the ad, the banner ad next to the magazine ad, and make sure there's a very, very high degree of consistency and harmony between the two. That would be your final step in finalizing the campaign. But for this particular ad, as I said, my recommendations would be to keep the headline static, the subhead static, include U.S. Virgin Islands somewhere, preferably a little smaller than up there, and then add your 50% off and whatever details are associated with that promotional offering. Okay? All right, good job. Any questions at all, please let me know. I'll be glad to clarify. Thank you.